Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio okay? Welcome in Infinity. Welcome in Halen. Welcome in Jojo. Ghosty, 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 ghost. How are you guys doing? Okay. I don't know why, but I am a little nervous for today's stream. I guess it's because, like, normally our teas are a bit more casual, like on spur of the moment kind of thing, low key. And today's has been like hyped up for a month. We can hear you perfect. Yes. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Yippee indeed, Arya. Yippee indeed. Welcome in, everyone. So, I guess I did not do a tea stream in a while either. We did one maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. This is our first time we're doing like a specialty stream where it's a community event rather than, oh boy, let's start a random stream. Sounds good. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Bun Bunny. Did hype it up for a while. It'll be fun for sure. I think it'll be fun. I have no doubts. It'll be fun. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. It's so difficult to do it at that angle. But steeping my tea. My tea is already made actually. I went ahead and made today's tea earlier. So, today's event, if you want to call it that, is a community tea tasting. Welcome in, Cinnamon. How are you doing? It's been a bit. Hello, hello, hello. Let me show you guys Snoopy, because I think Snoopy makes it even more special. But yeah, today we're going to try a new tea together, and instead of it being me talking by myself about the tea, I want you guys to be able to chit chat with me about it too. Today's tea is, let's see, the Harney and Sons Dragon Pearl Jasmine Tea, and the top of it is super pretty. This is a gorgeous tea set. I really am excited about this because I have tried it once before. They sent me a sample of it in the mail, and I needed more. I need like an official tasting for it with you guys. If you want to see the details and the ingredients, let's go ahead and show that to you guys. How about you autofocus? There you go. You can pause if you want to read that. But yeah, no. This one is apparently very high on the aroma, a little on the body, and very low on the briskness, which is like how much your mouth... Oh, this is very interesting. So this tea, for some reason, has a tea rating system, and the other ones don't have that. And it tells you like how to anticipate this tea, like in terms of like the flavor, the body, aroma, etc. I will say this tea smells really good. I like how this tea smells a lot, but that's probably because I really like white tea and green tea. So I'm excited for this. Maybe it's just that I'm not that much in the YouTube streams. No worries, no worries. Yeah, we've done one maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, because that was when we decided to do a few tea giveaways. And spoiler, there may be a giveaway for this tea. I want to do a giveaway for this tea. So I have a couple of ideas in mind, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know what I am planning for a little giveaway on this. So cute da yo ne. Snoopy, the tea tin, or me, or all of the above, or my Chikawa pen. Focus. Uncle Iroh would be proud of today's tea. Uncle Iroh would be proud of us for all of our teas. Okay, that's how Uncle Iroh rolls, and you will not slander his name. But yes, I do think he would be particularly proud of this tea. Jasmine tea is generally yummy. I agree, Bun Bunny. That is my favorite kind of tea as of recently. I've been really enjoying jasmine tea, and there's this oolong tea at my local tea shop. It's from Vietnam. That one's also really good. But jasmine tea generally is my favorite. I have a cup of tea at work. What kind of tea are you drinking? A tea rating system. Yes. So they have an internal tea rating system, but also we have one too. Whenever we drink a tea, we fill out the flavor wheels. Oh my God, this is so difficult to do. There we go. This is our little rating system. I kind of want to make a website that incorporates this rating system so you guys can search the teas based on flavors. Yeah. How does it smell? You guys want me to smell it for you live? It's very floral. Ah, okay, I just smelled it. Sniffa, sniffa. Yeah, this tea smells really good. It's very floral. It has like a... It has florals mixed with green tea. The white tea scent is not really that strong, which makes sense because white tea isn't that strong of a scent. But if you want something that is very like... it reminds you kind of spring. This is it. I think this is very spring core. Yeshoo! Evie, welcome in. How you doing, Evie? I'm happy to have you. And we have the Snoopy pot. I know you wanted to see it. We're using today's tea is using the Snoopy pot. How are you doing? What kind of tea are you drinking? You need that pen? I got this pen in a random store by the Tokyo Skytree in Japan. So if you go to Japan, you may be able to find this if you go to the Tokyo Skytree and then wander for 30 minutes in the vicinity, around the vicinity. Random play. Giant? Welcome in, Giant. How you doing? You love the character? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Arigato, ne? Your friend recommended me to you. I understand that triangle of events now. I'm glad they did. I'm happy to have you. You're really happy with the channel? I appreciate that. Yeah, this is like the side channel. We do tea stuff. Sometimes we play video games. I want to get back to keyboard stuff soon, but yeah, I've been really enjoying having you guys with these little side projects. It's been fun. Cat in a box. I need to try jasmine tea then. I guess it's an activity I will do. Going to a tea going to a tea shop is so fun. Going to tea shops is such a great experience, especially if they have like tins where you can open them up and sniff the tea. Sniffa, sniffa. So yummy. So yummy. And like you get to, I feel like you get to know yourself a little better by figuring out what teas you like, what sort of things you don't like. And the people who generally go to tea shops are usually super nice. So you get to meet really nice people doing that. A super tea maybe. What is a super tea? I would love a super tea. I need to make a Taiyou tea blend someday. I will do that. That is going to happen. It's one way or another. I keep sniffing inside the tin. It smells so nice. Oh my god, yeah. The sniffing of a tea tin hits the spot like nothing else. Let's go ahead and pour our first cup. I feel like I'm yammering. You can see that it has like a very light color. Because I know some green teas will often have like a bit more of a brownish hue, but because it's mixed with white tea, I'm guessing that gives it that soft yellow tint. But yes, this is today's tea. I'll never get my hands on that pen. Thanks for crushing my dreams. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I love doing that. I love, you know, like outside of ASMR, my hobby tends to be crushing people's dreams, sending them to the dungeon, obliterating them, the usual things a cat would get up to, you know? There are 2 tea stores in the vicinity of my workplace. I'm so tempted to go explore. I would super recommend it. Also, thank you for stopping by, Hilo. Happy to have you. And thank you for, you know what, Hilo? I super loved our photography conversation. However, you are a temptress. I was supposed to run errands, and I spent like 45 minutes just sitting in my car replying to the photography talks. I was enjoying myself so much. How dare you? But it was fun. I was really happy to hear about your photography adventures, so I was really enjoying that. But if you do have tea shops in the vicinity, super recommend. And like, I think one of the best questions you can ask at a tea shop, even if you know what you like, ask people, what do you recommend? People will tell you so much about their favorite teas, and you'll learn a lot about teas that you would have maybe never learned. It's a great question. If you're traveling and you go to a tea shop, do ask that. If you are going to a local tea shop and you want to get to know the baristas or the workers, ask that. It's a great way to get people to open up. I'll try it hot, then I'll ice this puppy. Don't ice your puppies. I think puppies don't like to be iced. How dare you? I got a very different tea then. You got a black tea? Is it like a straight up black tea, or does it have any flavors mixed in? So let's go ahead and do our first sip. If everyone has their tea ready, we're gonna go ahead and go just like that. You're drinking a green tea? That sounds so good, Jojo. Is it just a straight up green tea, or do you have it mixed with any flavors to make it like a flavorful tea, if you will? At some point, do you think you'll go back to games? Probably. We have to finish Pokemon. I have to finish Resident Evil. And by that, I mean I'm going to start a new save file and start it on this channel. And then I've been wanting to play Persona. I kind of just want to play random games too every now and then as well. So I do want to. We've just been focused on ASMR on Twitch because we're partner pushing. But once that's done, we're going to go sicko mode with the video games. It was fun. 楽しかったね. Do I like to analyze other things? Unfortunately, I go way too in depth with photography and art. Ah, this tea is so. Oh my god. So it has that strong green tea flavor. It kind of reminds me of like a sencha kind of tea. However, being that it's mixed with a bit of white tea, it definitely has a bit more smoothness than sencha typically does. Oh, this tea is really good. This tea is really good. And like, it has body, but not too much. I'm not saying that a lot of body is bad because sometimes you just want. Well, the sun is like covered by clouds. The exposure on the camera is going up and down. Anyway, because was it the body? Yes, because it has that bit of white tea and green tea mixed. It has that bit of body that sencha does, but without being like overbearing. And I don't think that having too much body is a bad thing. I just think that for me personally, I like to have teas that are very smooth and easy to drink. Like when you can just take a sip and the sip keeps going and going and going because the tea has like no resistance. That is really nice. And then having that bit of body so it doesn't feel like you're just sipping water. Mwah, amazing. Taiyou blend. Black tea leaves a little sugar and a flowery. Oh, I wonder if they mixed in some florals or Whoa, what just happened? Are we alive? Are we alive? The camera is not alive. What are we gonna do? What do we do? Wait, I can deactivate it and reactivate it. No, I can't. BRB. I've never had that happen before. Hold on, let's see what happened here. Okay, that's plugged in. This is plugged in. The camera turned off. Why did it turn off? Okay. There we go. Okay, I don't think you guys can see anything yet. However, my tea is too hot. That's why I make it in advance. That is the strategy. You make the tea in advance because if you don't, it's going to be nice and toasty and maybe a little too toasty. Wow, this is the first time the camera just flat out died in the middle of stream. That's so funny. And by funny, I mean how dare it do that. ということ live stream. And then a little bit of this. We run down here. Wow, this is a new level of technical difficulty I was not ready for. Why is that different? Nande? Oh. There we go. Okay. We're so back. We're so back. My tea is French vanilla black tea. Oh, we had something super similar. It was a decaf black tea with I want to say it was a French vanilla or like a very creamy vanilla. That was really good. That one was really good. It's probably not the same, but just that mix of black tea with vanilla goes crazy. I want to go in and be like, let's figure out a good tea for me. I think that anyone who works at a tea shop would love to do that. You know, like people who work at tea shops, I imagine would be passionate about it. And helping somebody find that tea for them to make them love tea even more, that would be amazing. It has a smidge of honey. Oh my god, honey with green tea is like... It's one of those things that like, whoever came up with that idea, that is a drink of the gods. Absolutely. My tea is too hot. That's why you gotta make it in advance. I told you guys 1 month in advance. And when I told you, hey, there's a tea stream coming up, you should have made that tea right then and there and been like, yep, this tea is now ready for 1 whole month. That'll give it just enough time to cool off. But not that much in advance, yeah. I've learned from doing tea streams, you have to make it like 2 or 3 hours in advance, and sometimes putting it in the fridge to give it that icy chill, oh, that makes it even better. Honestly, Jojo, so true. How dare the camera just die on us? That was rude. That was very inconsiderate. Okay, let's go ahead and start taking some notes. How are you guys feeling about this tea? I really hope you guys are enjoying it, because this is a tea that I don't want to say I knew I'd love it, but I tend to like jasmine tea quite a lot. And, you know, I'm just hoping you guys love it as much as I do. It's pretty smooth and easy to drink. Dayone. Dayone. I hope to tell you if it's good or not. I'm hoping that it is going to be fantastic. Not just good, fantastic. Over the moon. Okay, so today's tea is called... Oh, wait, no. Oh, I did it backwards. I put the merchant on the top. Okay, that's fine. Nobody has to know. I can't read. Dragon Pearl. I think for our next tea, I have a Alice in Wonderland tea I want to try. I might have poured a bit too much water. Wait, a bit too much? You mean like the ratio of tea to water is not proportionate? Is that what you're referring to? Sampled, what is today's date? The 27th, right? This is going to be a perfect way to know how long it's been since our last tea stream. Okay, our last tea stream was on the 18th, so it's been 9 days. But yeah, no, I definitely do have intentions of going back to games. I think it's just a matter of like, I only have X amount of hours in the day, so it's hard to figure out exactly what I want to do at that time. But yeah, no, I want to finish the Pokemon playthrough we're doing for sure. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of ROM hacks for like Pokemon. I don't say a lot, but I saw some ROM hacks for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I really want to play that too. Like, I think, unfortunately, I have Pokemon brain rot that has never gone away. But I also think because it died again. Because it is fall, I do want to play like something remotely spooky, mayhaps, as a treat. The price, does anybody remember how much this tea cost? It was like 13 or 14, right? Put 14 just for now. For some reason, this is making me salivate? This is making me... What do you mean it's making you salivate? Oh, this is relaxing though. I agree, Halen. I'm gonna go and fix the camera again in just a second. My tea tastes very nice too after this. after I feel my tongue burn and I can taste the tea a little bit. It tastes great. You know what? I'm glad it does taste very good though. That's like the most important thing. Do be careful. If you have ice, maybe you could ice the tea a little bit and have an iced tea instead. That might be a bit safer for your tongue. The proportion. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's one of the nice things about teapots. Once you figure out how much of a amount of tea you need for the pot, you just do the same thing every time and you get success every time. What is my tea wisdom today? My tea wisdom for today, just because you didn't like one tea of a certain kind does not mean you will dislike every tea of that kind. Something that you'll realize as you drink more tea is that every green tea from every manufacturer is different. So like if you get a oolong tea from one manufacturer, even if you order the exact same oolong tea by name and everything from a different manufacturer, that tea is going to turn out different just because a lot of tea depends on where it's sourced from, when it was sourced, how it was stored, etc., how it was made. And all of those little things add up to the experience you have with tea. Also, my other tea wisdom, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. I do recommend trying to get tea that's a little bit nicer than like supermarket tea. I think that you guys deserve better tea than that because nicer tea is not that much more than supermarket tea, in my opinion. Like I know supermarket tea is like $4 or $5. For $6 or $7, you can get something a little nicer. So I think that treating yourself to better tea is worth it. It goes much further. For some reason, this is making me salivate because it's so yummy. Because it's so yummy, that's why. I don't know why. I'm not okay, now that you've talked about salivating, I feel like I am in my brain. It's like when people tell you manually breathe. You guys are all manually breathing now, by the way. I feel like I'm now manually salivating. I'm so happy with my little session of Hollow Knight after work. It's so good for just... Yeah, I think Metroidvania games, Hollow Knight, or I guess Castlevania, Metroid, etc. I'm like blanking on other games right now, but those sorts of games are just really good for burst sessions, or even roguelites, like Rogue Legacy. Just putting in that little bit of time to further explore the map or get power-ups or whatever for your next session, it's very satisfying. Aw. About 8 DLLs, I believe. Isn't a DLL a file type? Oh, dollars! 12! I put 14. But you know what? Close enough. Inflation, smiley face. I just want to drink more. Just keep chugging. If you want to drink more tea, I support the tea chugging. A tea that you recommend I try, since I only drink regular and green tea. A tea that I recommend. I didn't speak too highly of it during our stream, to be honest, because I was comparing it to other teas we've had, but I think a lot of people like the Sakura green tea from Harney and Sons that you can get at Target for like $5. That's not a bad one at all. Very often, if you go out to like cafes or tea shops, they might have teas there. I don't know. I like green white tea mixes personally because I feel like they have that perfect balance of floral with body and that green tea earthy taste. But yeah, also fruit teas are really nice too. Like if you like to drink tea before bed, I think a fruit tea is really good because it has no caffeine. I feel like it makes me relax. Yeah, I think a nice tea that isn't too heavy, that has that smoothness, is really good for unwinding or prepping to like get ready for a busy day. You'll prepare it when you have breaks at work. Are you at work right now? Or are you home? But yeah, no. Also, the sencha tea that Harney carries is very good. I need to familiarize myself with more tea brands. There's Republic of Tea, I want to say, at Whole Foods. They have pretty decent tea. I want to say they had a vanilla almond tea. I think it was a black tea if I'm not mistaken. That one's pretty good too, but it's 50 sachets for $10. So I mean, honestly, the amount of tea you get for the dollar is really nice. And I remember liking it a lot. It's just 50 is too much for me. Yeah, just don't I think with most things, do not overindulge. Yeah, 20 cups is nuts. If anyone is doing 20 cups, they are gonna... Listen, I concede. I do like maybe 3 or 4 pots in a day, which is five... No, okay. I think each pot is about a cup and a half, maybe 2. So I think I cap out at like 10 cups of tea a day. And even then, that's like... I feel weird after that. Hold on, I'm gonna try to fix the camera again. I have no idea why it keeps dying. That is so bizarre to me. Maybe I need to replace the fake battery with a better one. Live stream, punch in, focus. Okay, my hand is still there, frozen in time. There we go. Yeah, so I think the fake battery I use to power my camera, the dummy battery, that's what they're called. The dummy battery is dead. I have to buy a new one, maybe. Yeah, I think drinking variety is good for finding what you like, but I think there's nothing wrong with just drinking the same tea once you find one that you really enjoy. And I think this applies to everything in life. Hiccup. Don't limit yourself. Just because you like something doesn't mean you might find something that you like even more. And if you try something and you don't like it, that doesn't mean you're going to dislike everything from that point forward. Life is all about trying new things. Those teas iced are great. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think, are there any teas where I wouldn't want to ice it? And like, I don't think there are any per se. Actually, you know what? Maybe like a mint or like a spicy tea, I might not ice. But yeah, I think that because I primarily drink floral teas, fruit teas, sweet teas, smooth teas, those do well iced because you can kind of drink it very quickly. But like with things that are a bit like spicier or sharp, where it's very hard to just chug it, I don't know if I would want to do those iced because like I think the hotness keeps you from chugging it so you can appreciate it in smaller quantities. I rest right now in the afternoon just for... okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you can rest because that means I can have you all to myself and we can drink tea together. Have I mixed tea blends? Yes, but it's not intentional usually. What it is sometimes I'll have a tea that I drank and I want to do another brew with it. but I'm not sure if it's going to be strong enough. So I'll mix an additional tea with it to make a blend with them. I think they're fun. I think that the main hesitation I have with recommending that is you might blend flavors that don't go well together. I've definitely had teas where I've mixed them and I've been like, well, it tastes like something, I guess. It's not bad, but it's not as good as they were uniquely or individually. Let's go ahead and take another sip. This tea, it reminds me of Uncle Iroh in a, this is a Zen tea for me, right? Like it's very, because of the smoothness, the amount of body to it, the lack of sharpness to it, it makes me think this is the kind of tea I would drink if I'm about to meditate or after meditating, or like if I'm in the zone doing art, studying, working. This tea feels perfect for that because it's just so smooth. It's not intrusive. This is a good tea. Would I do it with food? I don't know. I think this tea should probably not be consumed with food because I think food would overpower this very easily. Maybe with like little biscuits or crackers, that would be fine. But yeah, I think this is a tea that is very enjoyable in a thoughtful state. Does that make sense? Like if you're in the zone for it. There was someone who drank over 20 cups of tea for a while and did something to them. I'm not sure. Oh, that sounds horrifying. I think it probably made them sick just from overboarding their water, or overloading their water with, or what, their body with water. That sounds very dangerous. Holy. Plus, like, tea has a bit of a dehydrating feeling depending on what kind of tea it is, so it could have dehydrated them internally too. Okay, I'm gonna make notes for this tea now. What notes do you guys have for this? I think perfect for Zen focused activities. Because of smoothness and floral notes. Bunny, are you also drinking this tea? Are you saying that this tea makes you salivate? Can I can I put that as a note in my little book? Warning, tea may cause salivation. Mixing tea is an art. I think that mixing liquids like bartending, being a barista, being a tea brewer, all of that is an art, and we take it for granted because I think a lot of people associate that with Starbucks now, but like to do it well and consistently well is definitely very challenging. Sometimes I think that not all teas go with food, or they should be. Yeah, I don't think all teas should go with food either. I think there are some teas that lend well to it, and I think that in Japan they figured it out because like when you go to izakayas, they'll have like oolong teas or green tea mixes that go really well with like anything you order from there. But I think some teas are either too soft and not, heavy enough on their own, or they're too overwhelming for the food. So like very heavy black teas or like very light fruit or floral teas, I don't think are very ideal for food. My tea is a smooth, light tea that has a bit of bitterness, but also a bit of vanilla taste. Not really sweet, but it's good to drink. I don't think I would. You said it's a black tea, right? Yeah, I think a black tea with vanilla would be a good example. I think those individual flavors tend to be very, like, overpowering. Those have very overpowering notes where, let's say you're eating, I don't know, like a chicken skewer. If you drink black tea or something with vanilla while, eating that to kind of like wash it down, I think that those are strong enough that it would just pass over what you're eating, which maybe you want that, right? But I don't think they would harmonize very well. But like a green tea, because it's in between a tea that is too heavy and a tea that is too light, I think a green tea would work perfectly for that. You may if I want to. I do want I do want to. I think this is the kind of tea I would like to drink at work when I don't feel like drinking coffee. Oh, yeah. useful at work as a light option, but may cause salivation. And I'm gonna put a happy face. But what other notes does the tea have? The tea is perfect for work. Many busy moments end up exhausted. Can be great for relieving fatigue and helping relax. Okay. You know what? I agree. Like, I think that if I ended a workday where I was kind of overwhelmed, this is the kind of tea I'd love to have, like, in the fridge, iced and ready to go, to drink it and just unwind, you know? Like one of those forget about life kind of things. So you can just take it easy and appreciate the slow moments in life. This is a perfect tea for that. This is a great tea to appreciate the slow moments in life. Oh, if you don't drink coffee and you want something that'll wake you up, matcha is great for that. Matcha is really good because matcha has more caffeine than most other teas while still having that earthy, very naturey flavor. And I think that coffee can oftentimes be a bit too sharp to, like, when you go from just chilling to having coffee, there's like this punch to it. I don't think matcha has that. It can, kind of, depending on how hot it is or like how long you've let it steep to like kind of accumulate that flavor. But I think matcha's really nice as a wake me up kind of thing. I might have had too much water in it compared to the tea, but it's so good. Personally, I really like a slightly higher water to tea ratio because if you ever get too close to having too little water, the tea kind of turns sharp. It has like this very bitter taste that maybe the tea wouldn't normally have. You and the boss? Hey. Are you guys sharing the green tea together? That's actually really wholesome though, being able to share tea with the boss. Holy. Do I have many Oriental things at home? My camera died again. I need to replace that battery. Okay, I'll order one tonight. I have things that I've purchased while in Japan. I don't know if I would necessarily describe them like that. But I do have some things, I guess, that have like that East Asian aesthetic, yeah. I think a lot of it is just that the way I live my life is influenced by the fact that I go to East Asia a lot and have a little bit of East Asian ancestry in me, but yeah, I don't know. I just really like to live life having simple meals, rice, chicken, soups, drinking teas, having vegetables. So, I don't know. I think because of how I live, I just end up accumulating things that are more suited to that. Some people might say it's weebcore, and I would say probably. I don't know, but the camera is dead yet again. Tofu for dinner sounds so good. Taking the edge off with some jasmine tea. Just some jasmine tea to, you know. That sounds really good. Try to drink some matcha, then I also need to make it. You could also make it, to drink it later. Yes, that could. I was going to say you can make it the night before to have in the morning. But yeah, if you're going to drink it at like around noon, that would make total sense to me. Hold on. I didn't know that fake batteries could die like this. All right, fake battery, what are you doing? I will say it's probably my fault though, because I have a very bad habit of leaving the camera on after tea stream and not realizing it until the next morning. So I think I might have killed the dead battery. Or not the dead battery, the fake battery. I'm not sure though. It says that it has full battery. Like it's not picking up that it's dead or anything. Ha. Nande? どういうこと? What if I do this? Streaming. Oh wait. Mayhaps it's... Oh! Oh! I think it's this! I think it's that! I'm a genius! Maybe if it fixes things, I'm a genius. If it doesn't fix things, I am just averagely intelligent. If things are not fixed by this, I'm only averagely intelligent, but let's pretend like I'm more intelligent. All right, let's go ahead and start making some notes on the tea itself. Like more quantifiable notes rather than opinionated notes. So the tea weight is 2 sachets. Each sachet is 40 grams. We're gonna say it's 80 grams. 80 grams. H2O volume, 1 pot. H2O temperature, boiling. What is the boiling temperature of water? I don't know. Brew time. I want to say I brewed this for about 5 or 6 minutes. Normally, I don't brew it this long, actually. I just wanted to make sure that we would get extra flavor. But... 100, yeah, okay. In Celsius, it's exactly 100, and then freezing is exactly 0, right? Interesting. Boiling 100 Celsius. The tea type is a white tea, green tea mix. So she wanted some tea and asked what I was watching, so I said it's tea time with Taiyou. Taiyou! Tea time at the Taiyou tea house. So, this tea is very curious because... I knew it was just green and white tea. I just kind of assumed that they would mix jasmine flower into a jasmine tea. That makes sense, right? That they would presumably do that, but this tea doesn't have any jasmine in it. It's just straight up green tea and white tea, which is very nice. Oh, I see. Apparently, here's a little pro tip for you guys if you're drinking this for next time. Once you've boiled the water, let the water sit for a little bit to cool off because you're supposed to use water that is slightly below boiling for this tea. That's so curious. I'd never thought about that. I mean, I've done that before for my own personal drinks just because I don't like the tea being that hot. But, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then you're supposed to let it sit for 3 minutes. I let it sit for 6 because I just wanted more flavor from it. But I think for next time, yeah, I'll use colder water and I'll just let it sit for only a little bit to give it more of that soft, smooth taste. Because I think, from my experience, if you let the tea brew for longer and if you use hotter water, you get much stronger of a flavor, but you very quickly risk the danger of burning it and having it be a bit more bitter. So for a tea like this, I would really prefer for it to be a bit softer all around, like a little bit less flavor, a little bit less sharp. Makes sense. Makes sense. Also, I most likely, yeah, for sure. I probably did let it sit a little too long, so the tea probably does, I think that might explain the slight orangish tint to it, like orange brownish tint instead of being like a pure yellow. It's probably slightly burnt. I will say I do have a personal habit of just letting the tea infuse and heat up a little more than advertised or suggested, just because I try to get the most flavor out of it. And yeah, just the hotter water does help with that. Why? I keep looking at the screen, and the exposure like keeps wildly changing, which is so interesting to me. I let it boil and rest for a bit. I let it rest for longer if it's not black tea, so it won't burn the tea too much. Yeah, no, once the tea is burnt and it's bitter, it's very hard to finish the tea. I'll hide this tea. It's at risk in my kitchen. I feel like this is a tea that if you're with other people, like in your family or at work, this is the tea that people are gonna like, yoink. Yoink, yoink, yoink. It's very easy to, I think this tea is very easy to like. This is a very easy tea to recommend. Also, on my way home, I had to stop at the, what's it called? At FedEx to print a shipping label for, okay, you guys probably know this because I didn't shut up about it for like a month when I got it. I have an iPod. And there is a weird issue with the headphone jack, so I have to return it to have them fix it. And when I stopped at FedEx, next door there's a boba shop, and they had this pea flower sakura mix, and I went ahead and bought that so I could try it. It's okay. It's okay. To be honest, I feel like I've stopped enjoying boba as much the more I start drinking proper tea that I make myself, because I feel like at boba shops, they hide the quality, like they disguise the quality, or maybe mask is a better word. They mask the tea quality by using more sugar and extra boba so you don't notice what the tea tastes like. And let me tell you, I like that. I do like that because I like sweets. But it very quickly dawns on me when I don't have a lot of boba left, the beverage itself is not so good. Butterfly pea? Pea butterfly? Butterfly pea but not with two E's? Yes. Yes. Pea. I don't know what it's called. I know it's the word pea, like a green pea, and butterfly. I don't know what the order is. It might be butter pea fly pea butter. I do not know. It is just those three words mixed together in a certain order. It makes the drink, it is what makes the drink blue. Yeah. I don't know, I have a hard time to drink mine if it was not, it was good. And oh my God, when a tea has a good aftertaste, that's when you know you did a great job making it and that it is a very enjoyable tea. I feel like the aftertaste is one of those things that people take for granted when it comes to tea. Why is my exposure so odd? Another tea too while cooking? Yeah, for sure. If you have the opportunity, make yourself a nice tea and you can have it while you're eating, or after eating, maybe as a little treat for yourself. So for the aroma, I don't think it's that strong of an aroma, but it smells really good. Yeah, I think the aroma, like in terms of strength, is like a solid 3 maybe. But then the scent itself is really nice. Note. Smell equals 3, strength 5, 5 quality. I don't know. I don't really know how to verbiage it. Like, the scent itself is not overpowering, it's not overwhelming, but the scent is also just fantastic. It is so nice. So I'm gonna give it a 5 for the quality, but a 3 for the strength. I think if we average that, we can give it a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is 4 the highest? I'll just give it a 3 for now. Because I think I want to say 4 for a tea that is both very strong and also, what's it called? Very good. I need a boba shop that does butterfly PTs nearby. It's the one I wanted to try. I would be surprised if you didn't have one in the area, just because it's very popular as a Instagrammable or TikTokable drink because it's so visually striking. Oh yeah, I think a lot of teas do have, okay, I don't want to say a lot of teas, but many teas do have that ease of making. And I think it's one of the benefits of tea. Like, it's one of the joys of tea. It's very easy to make it. It's very easy to enjoy it. And relatively speaking, tea is not that expensive to enjoy at a very high quality. Because, like, let's say you want to have high quality steak or chicken or, high quality food, right? A meal, just a meal that is high quality is like $50 to $100. But, like, if you pay $50 for a tea, first of all, you're a lunatic. I'm not built like that. But, like, you get a obscenely high quality tea probably, and that'll last you for weeks, months, and that's crazy. I think the value proposition of tea is fantastic. So I think a bit of a sweet tea could be good, but not tea. Right, I think there's a difference between a sweet tea and a tea that is coated in sugar. And I think that's a super important distinction. I think sweet teas that don't need a lot of sugar, those are the best. However, because I do like sweets, I am not opposed to a mediocre tea that is just suffocated in sugar. The linger and finish of this tea, does this tea have a strong aftertaste? I don't really think it does. No, the aftertaste is very short on this. Like, there's a little bit of a floral aftertaste for sure, but it does not last for very long. I think at most I'd give it, I don't even know if I'd give it a 2. Because it just comes and goes and I'm looking for it. There's sweet tea and sweet tea. True. The problem with sweet tea that I've encountered, it's almost always just 80% sugar and barely any tea, and they always use like low quality tea, which is like such a bummer. Like, I know that there are definitely places that make like southern sweet tea, but good quality, I just never go to those places. I'll give the linger like a 1. No, I'll give it a 2. Now that I'm like looking for it, I do see that it's there. It's just, if you're not paying attention for the aftertaste on this tea, I don't think you're gonna notice it. This, I feel like this tea has great balance. Like, between the light briskness of the body and then the taste of it not being super strong, but, you know, strong enough that you notice it, I think the balance of the taste to body is fantastic. I do adore that. That is grade A to me. You're not on your phone while you try to make some food. Be sure not to burn yourself. Be sure to treat yourself with yummy food. And I'm happy to be with you while you cook. Oh my god. I don't drink sweet tea. Sweet tea. Honestly, I don't really drink it either, to be honest. Yeah, no, I don't drink it very often. I don't think I'm really in the position to drink it either. I pretty much only go to like... No, that's not true. Some of the cafes I go to for like lunch, like rather than being drink cafes, like they're lunch cafes, they do offer sweet tea. I just get water. I like to try to keep my body like... If I can help it, I either only drink water or like loose leaf tea. I don't know. That's vaguely true. For tea time, I do order tea sachets because I think it makes it easier for you guys if you want to try it too. But yeah, no, I personally really like to get tea from places that have loose leaf. I feel like that makes it just a little bit higher quality, and I appreciate the slight difference. 10 hiccups. We're probably at 10 by this point. Yeah. Tannic, that is the bitterness or the, you know, tartness of it. Tartness? Is tartness the right word? No, I think it's just the bitterness. Is this tannic? It is slightly burnt from how I made it, but I don't think that's the tea's fault. Yeah, I don't think it's very bitter at all. Burns, I'm going to put that in the notes though. Burns easily. Be careful. Yeah, being that it's a white tea mixed with green tea, white tea burns more easily. So that's something to be careful if you're having this tea. Be careful about. This does not have a woody taste in my opinion. It's also not smoky. There's no chocolate hints to it. I would give it a little bit of earthiness. Yeah, I think that green teas tend to have like that bit of earthiness, or like, I guess you could say grassiness to the tea. But it's not very strong either. How do I make Snoopy face, you guys? I want Snoopy to be there in the corner supporting us. There he is. Okay, I'll give earthiness a 1. How do you guys think it's earthy? I don't know. Like, I want to say it's earthy, but I think I'm just biased, and I'm in my own head and convincing myself that it's earthy because I just imagine green tea as an earthy kind of thing. Savory, I mean, it has like that little bit of body which gives it that savoriness, but like, I don't know if savoriness is the right word per se. It has a taste, but it is not a savory taste. No, I don't think it's savory. I would say earthy. Yeah, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Is it savory? No. Mm, I don't know. Let's take another sip. I'm trying to like, I want it to be pretty. I would think green tea would be more earthy, right? I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I just am struggling to differentiate, is it earthy or is it floral? Earthy, floral. It's not sweet. I I don't think it's sweet. However, however, I think it has a hint of sweetness from the floral hints, right? I think the fact that it's floral, because I consider florals to be a bit like more sweet, airy, you know, kind of like that, compared to like other tea, like black teas would be definitely more savory, smoky. I would give sweetness maybe a one, just as a by itself. It has a little bit of sweetness, but I think a true sweet tea would be something like a fruit tea. Yeah, I'll give earthy a one. I'll give it like a one on savory. I agree with that. Because like it has that little bit of like make I think the savoriness is what made you salivate, Bun Bunny. Like I think it just had enough of that to make you salivate and make you crave more. Succulent. Can a drink be succulent? I know a succulent is a cactus, and I know a succubus is very different from a cactus, but kind of similar maybe. I don't know. I do not think that there are tea succubuses. Okay, if there are, please hit me. Let me know. I'm just kidding. Okay, this is not malty. This is not a Maltese. I'll give it a one on sweetness. This is not spicy. Is this vegetal? I don't think it has like a vegetable-ish taste, but between the fact that green tea is earthy and white tea is a bit floral and herbally, and it has like that little, I don't know. Like I could see it being comparable to like a very light vegetable. I'll give it a one. I don't think it's unreasonable to say it has like a slight vegetal taste. I just don't think it's very strong because I think vegetables have like a. I don't know what it is about vegetables. I think vegetables are very strong. So it was not just me salivating. No, I think I think you're salivating. Yes, I do think that. I think you are salivating. Um, I do think I'm also starting to salivate. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry or if it's the tea, but you know what? I'll let you. I'll give you a pass. I'm not. I'll give you a pass on the salivation. This tea is so good. This tea has no business being this yummy. Herbal and grassy, I think it's like a two. Because I think the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm noticing like that grassy taste. I think part of me is like, is it a placebo effect where we're all just imagining ourselves salivating? Is it actually like savory, which is why we're salivating? There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. Tea makes me salivate too, I think. Okay, tea does have slight dehydrating properties. I will acknowledge that, which I think maybe contributes to the salivating sensation if you're drinking tea and you might be a little dehydrated. But oh my god. Okay, the fact that all of us are salivating, I'm gonna give it like a two on the savory because I think that savory things make you salivate. Congratulations. Today, the salivators have won. My lips feel a little dry. Am I the only one? Yes. Maybe. I can't say yes. All I can say is, that's not me. I'm not that guy. I can't stop, okay? It's just who I am. I am the hiccupinator, okay? The hiccupler. I should have stirred the tea, I think, because the bottom portion of the tea has more of a floral and like I feel like the taste of the tea is kind of sitting at the bottom. I probably should have stirred it since I had let it sit for a while. I think the heavier part of the tea is at the bottom. And it is very good. Oh my god, it's super good. I sound cute. Nah. How dare you? I am cool. I'm a cool cat. Cool. Charming. Vaguely cute, but not entirely. I'm gonna give this a solid 3 for the floral. Oh my god, the florals are going nuts. This is a very floral tea, for sure. Which I think makes it adjacent to grassy, but the florals are very strong. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man, this tea is great. I liked the tea already. I'm gonna cross out all the fruits because this has no fruit taste. It's just very floral, not very, but it's floral, grassy, earthy. It's got some savoriness, yeah. A little bit of that vegetal taste just because I think that also, let's acknowledge the camera has not frozen in a bit. Let's acknowledge that. That means I'm a super genius. The frame rate was too high for what the battery could provide power for. I was shooting at 60 FPS, and I don't think I should have been doing that. Made myself another teacup. It's more like 1.5 cups each, so 3. Yeah, no, Infinity, I do that too. When I drink tea privately, instead of drinking from a teacup, I drink like from a super big mug, and that's like 1.5, 2 cups each. 2 tea bags in total. I think that makes sense, yeah? Yeah, each of my mugs is usually 1 tea bag. This tea is amazing. This tea is so good. Oh my god. Like the bottom portion of the tea was extra good. Are you guys just having that same feeling, or am I just crazy? Maybe you guys stir your tea, or like you guys don't just let it sit and go to the bottom. Maybe I'm the weird one, but I think going forward when we have teas, I'm gonna try to stir it as we go, because I feel like I'm having a different experience each level of the tea that we go, right? So like at the top, it's like this very soft tea, then in the middle, it starts picking up that like grassiness, that earthiness, the florals, and then at the bottom it's like the heavy hitting flavors, like the very heavy florals, the sweetness of it all. Oh man, this is the good stuff. The table, it's because it's so good. I was gonna do it again. I will not. I refuse. But it's so good. Right. I actually want to do a giveaway for this tea. I'm gonna order one more. I'm pointing this at you, person who's gonna win this tea. I'm gonna order one more of this jasmine tea, and I'm gonna, like the previous 2 teas, I'm gonna do a giveaway with my little signature on the top of the tea tin, so you know it's officially from me. And how are we gonna do the giveaway this time? I want someone who actually spent time with us today to win this tea. Welcome in, Nick. How you doing? Yeah, leave a comment on this video, on this stream once it's over. Put like a little sun with a flower next to it. Okay? No, note to you guys, leave a sun and flower if you want to possibly win this tea. And if you're make sure you're in the Discord too, so I can like reach out to you. But yeah, leave a sun and a flower together and I'll know that you're trying to enter the giveaway. I'll figure out a way to like have a bot thing or whatever, pick a comment, and if you get picked, I'll send you a package, a thing with this tea and a little handwritten note. Because I want to share this tea. This is my favorite tea so far. No, that's not true. Of all the Harney teas we've had, this is my favorite tea so far. What is my favorite tea? I feel like it'd probably be the, what's it called, Marco Polo? Which one is it? Yeah, Mariage Ferreres. I can never say that. But the Marco Polo from Mariage Ferreres, that is probably my favorite one. This one is very close, though. Oh, yeah, the strawberry and vanilla that we got from Lapicia was also very good. And so was Happiness. But I think Mariage Ferreres is my favorite. In terms of what I would rate this tea, probably a 4.5. Probably a 4.5. I think my only knock against this tea, and it's probably my own fault, but for right now, I just wish that it wasn't staggered in how it tasted. So I don't know if it's fair for me to give it like that minus 0.5. I don't know, this is pretty close to a 5. This is pretty close to a 5 in terms of rating. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. Like, I think that issue is my own fault and not the teas. This is our first 5-star tea. I do like the Mariage Ferreres a bit more, but that's because that tea is very sweet. That tea is intentionally very sweet, and it's not winning on being purely just tea. And I don't think that being a mix or a flavor tea is a bad thing, but I have to acknowledge that strictly based on the tea quality itself, this tea is probably better. Like, I think more people can enjoy this tea, and this tea is enjoyable at more times of the day in more situations. This tea is so good. Especially for $14, that is fantastic. I think I messed up a bit making it, but I'll definitely give it another try again and see if I don't fuck it. I feel like with white teas in particular, because they burn so easily, the margin for mistake is a little smaller. I hope you're having a good Saturday, Nick, and thank you for the hiccup counter. I'm drying my tofu right now while I'm making some rice for my tofu. And, oh my god, that sounds amazing, Infinity. I need to have my own Iron Chef, Infinity. You haven't eaten yet. Same. I did get this waffle thing from the boba place where I got my butterfly PT, but I quickly realized this is going to give me a stomach ache, so I stopped myself so I didn't get a stomach ache during stream. Are you going to do anything with the book after you finish? What I want to do is I want to make a website where we can upload all of the ratings from this flavor wheel and all of the notes, and I can kind of just have like a dedicated website for tea reviews. Because I kind of realized there's not a lot of websites online that I could find when I looked a year ago that had in-depth tea reviews. Sometimes people will write little blog posts about a tea here and there, but it was not to the quality, or I guess the specifications that I wanted. So I really want to make my own website with that. But it's also just to encourage me to keep drinking tea and try new teas. I think for a while, I had only been drinking like the same 5 teas. And when I say a while, I mean like maybe a month or 2. Not really that long, but doing this encourages me to drink all the teas I've collected instead of just, you know, dragging my feet about it. Is it the egg puff? Those are so yummy. You gotta figure out what to eat soon. No, it was like a bubble waffle. Basically, it was a waffle, but instead of having indents, it had bubbles instead. I was hoping that the bubbles were actually going to be bubble tea. So I was like, I really want to try this. I want to see how they do that. I was betrayed in my time of need. But yeah, I think we're just about done with this tea. This tea was amazing. Holy. And just a reminder, I know I said it like maybe 5 minutes ago, but yeah, leave a little comment on the video, a sun plus a flower. And I will have a little bot pick a winner after, let's say, a week. I'll give it a week. I don't know if people find these videos by scrolling YouTube. I doubt it, to be honest. I don't know if very many people watch tea reviews, but if you do, you have within 1 week of September 27th, 2025 to enter. And whoever wins, I will send you a Jasmine Pearl Dragon Tea. It will not be this one because I want it for me. I want this tea, but I'll buy you and send you one. A buffle. Yes, it was a buffle. A buff. Come on. What kind of flower? Any flower you like, actually. I want to know what flowers you guys want to send me. This is you guys sending me flowers, okay? Make sure to choose wisely. This is not exclusive to the United States. If you live in a different country, I will send it to you. But if there are taxes or fees from international shipments, I cannot cover that. I'll cover shipping and everything, so don't worry about that. But if you live in a different country and you win, just be aware that you might have local legislations to abide by. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The tea is not sponsored or affiliated by anybody or with anybody, but if anybody wants to, let me know. You'll share the video. I appreciate that. I would super appreciate that. I need to one day be shameless enough to share my videos on like Reddit and stuff. I'm not there yet. Am I gonna sign it? Yes. Yeah. I'll sign it right here on the top. And I'll also include a little handwritten note too. Okay, Sunshines. I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it. Thank you guys for contributing, for helping me write this entry. It's actually very fun. Especially knowing that you guys helped me write it, it makes it even more special. It's very difficult to read some of the smaller text at the bottom because I was running out of time. Not time, space. Shameless time? That's the problem. I have no ability to be shameless. Because, like, I think part of it is just, like, I think to myself, oh, it's not good enough. Because if it was better, people would already be sharing it for me. So then I don't do it. But, like, my ass is on Reddit sometimes, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, shoot your shot, right? You got to be your own spokesperson. You got to be your own marketing person. So I don't fault you for sharing your content. But Taiyou does it better! Anyway, I'm getting worked up. I'm also very hungry. I have been out and about running errands and prepping for streams since like 10, 11. So I'm probably going to eat something and maybe we'll do an ASMR stream tomorrow. Yeah, I want to do an ASMR stream tomorrow on Twitch. With that, thank you guys for the tea time. It was super duper fun. Thank you for the tea time, Taiyou. Thanks, Taiyou, tea time. Thanks, tea time, Taiyou. Thank you guys. It was fun. I super duper love you guys lots and lots. Thank you guys for the company. Thank you guys for everybody who tried this tea with me. I super thank you. It made it a lot easier to write notes on this and to get validation on how you guys felt about the taste and what I was thinking about it too. Yeah. Thanks for the amazing tea stream. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I really, really, really enjoyed doing this as a community. So we're going to try it a few more times. So we'll do another one in October and November. And we'll see how it goes, right? If you guys are loving it and we're enjoying it together, we'll keep doing it, question mark. I need to find a fun tea for like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I think we could do like themed teas as well sometimes. That would be super fun. That would be super duper fun. Taiyou tea time, of course. That's the one. That's the one where the cat drinks the tea and then he goes crazy about it. That's my favorite stream. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the heart. 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 It's upside down, but it's a heart for sure. Okay. Otsu Taiyou. Bye-bye. The camera didn't freeze. I can't believe that was a solution. I'll see you guys real soon, okay? Wah. Bye-bye.